Anthem makes me just sad on a regular basis. I scroll through an incredibly large collection of games and I just see Anthem sitting there taunting me, laughing at me, and I just downloaded it. I said, okay, fuck it, let's give it a go. It's been a good while since I've given Anthem even a consideration at this point, and even remembering its existence and just to my surprise, yeah, it still fucking sucks. I am just sad now. I feel an immeasurable amount of discomfort and disappointment. Alright, but that's whatever. Who cares about my eternal suffering? Now we can only hope that Anthem can have a No Man's Sky redemption arc. But before that, let's take a look at what even happened to Anthem. For that though, we have to travel very, very far back in time. September 9th, 2014. Destiny drops, and it's been hyped up to be this open world fantastical experience that's going to change the gaming world forever, as most gaming marketing is done by today's standards. Just gonna be this revolutionary thing that just destroys everything else, and then it's not. The story mode is complete confusion that leaves more questions than answers. The PvP was an absolute mess with unbalanced weapons and a lack of pacing that it felt like I was trying to shoot targets, ghosts drifting in a Lamborghini. Fast forwarding to September 6, 2017, Destiny 2 hits, and the story is still a complete mess of confusion, but at least it has better presentation with voice actors like Neil Kaplan as Gaul, which I know some people don't necessarily care for him, but he's the voice of Madara, Obito Uchiha, and I am inevitably a weeb, so fuck you, that shit's cool. Multiplayer was sort of better, but is still not really the reason I was looking to play Destiny at all. Which, with that being said, it left a lot of people just still not happy and pleased with the Destiny franchise, even a looter shooter experience. It just wasn't what we were looking for. But wait, what was that game that was announced back in June? Oh yeah, it was Anthem. But wait, hold on, Squid, why did you even bring up Destiny when this video is supposed to be about Anthem? Well, my child, this is what we call desperation, where your mind starts to think and expect things in an extreme manner. With the ultra sadness I felt with Destiny, I was desperate for absolutely anything at this point to be good. Players everywhere were starting to draw comparisons and build up expectations toward Anthem, and rightfully so, if I might add. Destiny failed in the PvE department, at least to me it did. Then a game like Anthem shows up with all these kinds of visuals, gameplay, you can't help but buy into the fever dream EA is trying to sell you. Especially when Destiny in general was a letdown, from the release of Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 and its sort of redemption arc with the DLC and whatnot, but DLC should not make a base game better. The game should just be good in general. But okay, look, that's a whole different thing, okay? Now we have EA confirming Anthem will be delayed, and the release date has been pushed back to 2019, which it was originally set to be in the fall of 2018, but at least for me and a lot of other optimistic fools, this is a good sign. This means EA and BioWare are taking the appropriate measures to polish the game and fix any issues that may persist on release day, which, you know, sure, it's disappointing when a game you're looking forward to doesn't arrive, but it's all for the better, right? February 22nd, 2019, Anthem finally releases, and it's ecstasy. It's pure ecstasy, boys. The combat is satisfying, the sound design was great, pretty much everything lines up with expectations. Then the end game arrives, and there is absolutely nothing, no fun, no interesting, anything. It's just end game. It literally means, yo, the game's over, it has ended. The fun was the first 2 hours, and now it's done. You are essentially doing the same thing you did all the way leading up to that end game. Go here, kill this guy, go there, save that guy, run through this dungeon with harder enemies, but the game's broken, so you play on an easier difficulty because it yields better loot. I don't even know why you put difficulties in to begin with. Then here is where we meet the godfather of games dying really fast when you don't pay attention. Game-breaking bugs. Anthem had an absurd amount of bugs and glitches that basically just beat the game for you. As JonTron quoted that one time, if you are given the ultimate method of disposing obstacles in a game, you are always going to use it. In this case, the ultimate method would be exploitations. This further sealed the coffin that Anthem was slowly sinking into, and a lot faster than probably anticipated due to how fast you can get endgame gear. After just 3 days of playing, I was already a masterwork freelancer with all the classes available, which made the endgame even more unsatisfying, but it's not really because of EA. Well, I mean, it is because they didn't, balance the game or fix the game at all, or even they didn't even try. But we also, as players, added to this garbage because of our incapability to not cheat. Sid Meier once said, one of the responsibilities I think we have as designers is to protect the player from themselves. I gotta be honest, I've been waiting to crack that gem out forever since I saw it on Game Maker's Toolkit. I highly recommend you check it out if you want to understand that more in an in-depth manner, but we're moving back to Anthem now. With all the bugs and glitches that were just pretty much raining down at this point, you can kind of see how the game just exceeded chaotic measures to the point where no one is even playing the game anymore, and I really mean that. EA had a job to protect us from ourselves and fell short, and we as a flawed species shot ourselves in the foot and made the game even worse. Now, believe it or not, this is the TLDR version of the video I wanted to make, but I hate long videos these days and I suck at just making long videos interesting, so I apologize. So the question is, what was the point of this video? Like, what was all this horse hockey? Well, I finally did some research into Anthem to see what's going on after playing it for a little bit now, and if we are ever going to get somewhat of a redemption arc for this game. I kind of am hoping for a No Man's Sky type of story, but I fear that it might be too late. But to my surprise, there's actually work being put in, and communication is so far decent from the developers, at least from what I've seen. But it's not much, and realistically, we're not going to get anything for a very long time. And just to clarify, I'm not saying that there's not much being done, I'm just saying that there's not really a whole lot being shown, which, like I said, they're in the early stages of revamping this hot mess that is just, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. So I don't really have much to show in that regard, but at the end of the day, at least we know that Anthem is just not completely abandoned, so that's good. I think the most troubling thing for me is that I've heard that there's going to be a possible price tag and re-release of Anthem, so it's going to be like Anthem Next or whatever, and that's going to have somewhat of a price tag attached to it, which I'm hoping EA learns their lesson that money is really, really cool, and I like to keep my money in my wallet, especially when I earned it, and especially when I don't want to spend it again on a possible fuck up. So please don't make me buy another broken mess. Just give it to me. I already paid the price. You already took you already took $60 and half of my soul. I'm good. If you put a price tag on Anthem Next or whatever this is supposed to be, it will be the biggest slap in the face to the gaming community. But at the same time, it's still gonna sell like hotcakes because we're all actually retarded and we'll buy it anyway. Oh yeah, The Division 2 came out like a month later and was actually a good game, so bye Anthem, you're kind of like dead to me now.